What's going on, everybody? Lamont at Large, and today we are at the Table Rock Lake here in Branson, Missouri, right on the border with Arkansas. I'm here to do a story, a location where a very tragic event occurred some odd years ago. It'll be on my channel probably, I'm guessing, in a few weeks. But today we're going to talk about another tragedy that occurred down in New Orleans, in a section of New Orleans called Tarrytown. So this is Morgan Tyrone. And Morgan Tyrone is from Pascagoula, Mississippi. It's on the coast of Mississippi, about an hour east of the Biloxi/Gulfport area. That is the only part of Mississippi that I like. Other than that, the rest of Mississippi can go somewhere else. So this lady was born and raised in Pascagoula, 24 years of age, and she's on Facebook Marketplace, and she sees an iPhone 13 for sale for $300, and that's a pretty good deal. Now, the iPhone 13s that I've seen on Facebook Marketplace that are at that price is usually either a scam, or the phone is stolen, or the phone is broken, the phone doesn't work. No one sells an iPhone 13 for $300. It usually sells for between about $750 to $900, maybe even $1,000. Pascagoula is about 2 hours or so away from the New Orleans area. So she sees this phone on Facebook Marketplace, and the phone is being sold by 20-year-old Daniel Tenner. He's originally from Jackson, Mississippi. So they communicate with each other and they make a deal to meet up. So she drives the 2 hours from Pascagoula to meet him to see the phone. So she brings her girlfriend along with her and the girlfriend's kid. They drive out to New Orleans to meet this guy on the 300 block of Fredericks Road. So they meet up, and I could just tell from reading the story that Morgan is a little uneasy. And so she's saying, "Where's the phone?" And this guy says, "Well, where's the money?" And she says, "Well, where's the phone at?" And he says, "Well, do you have the money?" Okay, this was the sign that you just leave. That's it. If you got to deal with somebody who is telling you where's the money, that's bad. That means that there is no phone. That means that something bad is going to take place. So your intuition should be telling you to get the hell out of there. So they go back and forth, and all of a sudden, this guy who is not selling a phone, he's just robbing people. He pulls out a gun and blows Morgan's head out. Brain matter and blood splatters all over the inside of the vehicle, covering her girlfriend and her girlfriend's kids' bodies. Brains and blood. Then he points the gun at the girlfriend and he says, "Give me the effing money." So she did as she was told. She gave him the money, and then she took off. She rushed to the nearest hospital, and there was nothing that they can do for Morgan. She was pronounced dead at the scene, at the hospital, excuse me. And police are called, and of course, eventually Daniel Tenner was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery. He's in a jail somewhere in that area. I don't know what his bond is. And the girlfriend identified him as the person who killed her girlfriend. I did not know how many murders have taken place off of Facebook Marketplace. I just read a story about a 31-year-old woman whose name escapes me, from Birmingham, Alabama. And she had told her family or friends that she was going to meet somebody off Facebook Marketplace to purchase some item. Nobody knows what this item was. The very next day, her car is found burnt out with her body inside. She was killed. I briefly looked at about 5 different stories of people meeting up on Facebook Marketplace to purchase items and they were killed. So I decided for my other channel, I'm going to start covering these cases. I go on Facebook Marketplace quite a bit, and I bought quite a number of things off of there. Basically, I'm only buying things either off of Facebook Marketplace or Amazon. That's pretty much it. I want to tell you guys, this is not necessarily only for women, but this is for everybody to heed. This is for everybody to hear. If, you know, the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you got some thugster who's trying to sell you a phone that he could easily sell quickly for $600 and he's telling you $300, that's a red flag. If somebody is selling something for a ridiculously low price to where they could get double the money and still sell it quickly for a ridiculously low price, that is a sign that it is a scam and something bad is going to happen. Bare minimum, you're going to lose your money and it could even end your life. Guys, you gotta think a little bit more clearly. This is not to fault Morgan Tyrone, not at all. I'm not saying anything bad about her at all whatsoever. What I am saying is this: you got to use your common sense. New Orleans is an absolute S-hole, for real. It is an absolute S-hole. I apologize to anybody who is from New Orleans. There's nice parts of New Orleans, and it's called not New Orleans. It's not New Orleans. There is absolutely no hope for that city. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is go down there and see for your own eyes. I don't go places and talk out of my rear end saying, oh, this place is this place is that. No, that place is an absolute dump. And if any law-abiding citizen lives in New Orleans, I don't care if you even live in a nice neighborhood, get the hell out. There is absolutely no hope for that city. I've read so many stories of young people in New Orleans getting killed, losing their lives for absolute nothing at all. I read a story about a man. I was at a cemetery, and I read a story about a guy who bought a car from somebody. I was thinking about doing the story, but I don't know if I want to touch it. But this guy bought a car from somebody, and the car happened to, I guess the car was, it had a problem that the seller didn't disclose, right? So this guy buys this, I think it was a Camaro, like a 2014 Camaro, and the price was really cheap. So he tells the guy, hey, the Camaro is gonna need, I think it was a clutch. Or I remember the part, I looked up the part online. This guy goes over to this guy's house demanding that he fix the car that he bought off of him. The guy told him, get off my property, get away from me. The guy was insistent, and he ends up shooting and killing the guy that bought the car off of him. The part was $140. This guy was shot and killed over a $140 part. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. Other stories like I've read online about New Orleans, it's an absolute dump. So just be careful when you are going there. Just be very, very careful, because at the end of the day, when you are in New Orleans and you're dealing with crazy people, you have the possibility of losing your life. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to hit the road. Peace out.